Welcome back to my channel, Worldline News Radio. In a move that could reshape the future of American home financing, the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, has taken its first formal step toward recognizing cryptocurrency as a legitimate financial asset in mortgage assessments. FHFA Director Bill Pai has ordered mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to develop proposals that would allow digital assets to be considered in single-family home loan risk evaluations. Crucially, the directive does not require borrowers to liquidate their cryptocurrency into US dollars before applying for a mortgage. Instead, qualified crypto holdings could be counted directly as part of an applicant's financial profile. However, eligibility under the current guidance is limited. Only digital assets held on US-regulated centralized exchanges would qualify. A measure aimed at reducing fraud, improving transparency, and maintaining regulatory oversight. Why this matters? Supporters of the initiative say the move represents a major step toward legitimizing cryptocurrency within the traditional financial system. By recognizing crypto as a valid asset class, federal housing authorities are signaling that digital wealth is no longer fringe, but increasingly mainstream. Proponents also argue the policy could help address the ongoing housing affordability crisis. Roughly 15% of Americans now own digital assets, many of them younger, first-time homebuyers. Allowing these individuals to leverage crypto wealth without selling it could open the door to homeownership for a demographic that has largely been priced out of the market. Politically, the directive aligns with broader ambitions voiced by US leaders to position the country as the crypto capital of the world, reinforcing America's role in shaping the future of digital finance. Risks and concerns. Despite the optimism, critics warn of serious risks. Cryptocurrency is far more volatile than traditional assets such as stocks or bonds, raising concerns that sudden price swings could increase mortgage defaults. Several Democratic senators have voiced alarm, calling the proposal risky and cautioning that it could place additional strain on the housing finance system. Some have drawn uncomfortable parallels to the financial practices that contributed to the 2008 housing crisis, when underpriced risk destabilized global markets. There are also practical barriers. While the FHFA oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, individual banks and lenders will ultimately decide whether they are willing to accept crypto-backed applications. In addition, the U.S. mortgage-backed securities market is entirely built around the dollar, making any shift toward crypto-backed valuation technically complex and structurally challenging. Adding political weight to the initiative, Senator Cynthia Lummis has introduced the 21st Century Mortgage Act, a bill that would formally require government-sponsored enterprises to include digital assets in mortgage risk assessments. If passed, it would embed crypto recognition into federal housing law. Bigger picture. This directive does not immediately change how Americans get mortgages, but it marks a significant turning point. As regulators cautiously test the boundaries between traditional finance and digital assets, the decision could set a precedent not only for housing, but for how crypto is treated across the entire U.S. financial system. The question now is whether innovation can be balanced with stability, or whether crypto's volatility will prove too great a risk for the foundations of the housing market.